You didn't decide you needed it. You were scrolling, you saw it, you tapped once, and 1 or 2 days later, a box was sitting on your doorstep. And if you're honest, by the time it arrived, you half forgotten you'd even ordered it. That gap, the one between wanting something and actually having it, that used to be the thing that made you think twice. It gave your brain a few days to ask, wait, do I actually need this? Amazon didn't shrink that gap by accident. They spent 20 years deliberately engineering that way. And I want to be really clear about what I mean, because this isn't a video about online shopping is convenient. Crazy, right? This is about something a lot more deliberate. Every single second of friction that used to sit between you feeling a want and you owning the thing has been systematically removed, one feature at a time, because friction was never just an inconvenience. Friction was the only thing standing between an impulse and a purchase. It was the pause where your rational brain got a vote. So let's actually take a look at how this works piece by piece. Start with the checkout itself. Your card and your address are already saved, so buying something isn't really a decision anymore. It's a one tap on a buy now button and the entire transaction just happens. There's no moment where you have to type in your card number, no pause where you re-enter your details and quietly ask yourself, is this worth it? The pause used to exist for a reason. Amazon removed it on purpose. Then there's the recommendation engine, frequently bought together, customers also viewed, and inspired by your browsing history. This is the part of Amazon that isn't reacting to wants you already had, it's manufacturing wants you didn't arrive with. You open the app to buy one specific thing, and 45 seconds later, you're looking at a desk organizer you didn't know existed, but now feels like your life is incomplete without. That's Amazon on its own, and that would already be enough for a video. But then there's Prime. And Prime doesn't just sit on top of that system, it removes the last few pieces of friction Amazon hadn't already gotten to yet. Free delivery removes the cost calculation. Normally your brain runs the numbers, is this worth paying for shipping? Prime deletes that question entirely, and speed removes the waiting calculation. When something takes a week or two to arrive, you unconsciously ask, is this worth the wait? When it arrives tomorrow, or even today, that question basically disappears because the reward is close enough that your brain treats it like it's already happening. So Amazon builds the machine that manufactures the want and makes paying for it a single tap. Prime is the part that makes sure absolutely nothing gets in the way once that want appears. And because you're already paying for that subscription and you're making use of the video subscription service already included with Prime, it makes you want to use it even more. And here's the part that's doing the most damage, and it's the same mechanism we've talked about before with social media. It's an intermittent variable reward loop. You don't know exactly what you'll see when you open the app or the website, so you just keep opening it. The only difference here is that the reward isn't a notification, it's a box on your doorstep. The unboxing moment gives you the same small hit of dopamine as a like or a comment. The anticipation, the little thrill of opening it, and then almost immediately it fades, and the wanting resets. Which is why there's always something else in the basket by the time the last box arrives. Now here's what this actually costs you. Impulse debt is real. The stuff piling up in a drawer you don't open, the returns you never got around to sending back, the subscriptions you forgot you signed up for. But there's a quieter cost underneath all of that. The same comparison anxiety loop we've talked about before. Every time you scroll a recommendation feed, you're being shown implicitly what everyone else has apparently bought. A gap opens up between what you own and what you're being shown, and buying the thing is supposed to close that gap. It doesn't. It never does, because the gap isn't really about the product. It's about the business model, and business models don't want you satisfied. A satisfied customer doesn't need to open up the app again tomorrow. And that's what's really happening here. You've outsourced your own, do I actually need this checkpoint to a company whose entire revenue depends on you skipping that checkpoint as often as possible, and paid them a monthly fee for the privilege of making that checkpoint even easier to skip. Amazon's stock price doesn't move because you're happy with your purchase 6 months later, it moves the second you tap buy now. Every friction removing feature they've ever shipped, the saved card, the recommendation engine, and Prime sitting on top of both, had exactly one job. Shrink the distance between the impulse and the purchase, because the distance is where your rational brain used to live. So I'm not telling you to cancel your account and start growing your own vegetables. Amazon is a tool, and like most tools, it can be very useful. But for a huge number of the things you buy there, right now, the tool is using you. So here's what you can actually do about it. Start by not letting the basket be the finish line. When you want something, add it and close the app. don't buy it that second. Come back tomorrow. If you still want it tomorrow, fine, buy it. Most of the time, you won't even remember what was in there. Then go into your account and delete your saved card details. Force yourself to type your card number back in every single time. That extra 15 seconds is exactly the friction your brain needs to ask the question it used to ask automatically. And finally, stop browsing the recommendation feed. Only open the app when you already know precisely what you're going to buy. The second you start scrolling, customers also viewed, for no reason, you're not shopping anymore. You're being shown a curated list of things designed to make you feel like you're missing something. The stuff isn't going to fill a gap. It never does. That was never the point. The point was the tap, and Prime just made sure nothing stood between you and it. If this one hits home, let me know in the comments what showed up on your doorstep this week that you don't even remember ordering. Subscribe if you want more of these videos, and genuinely, go and close the app. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.